Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today's video we're going to be going through the top 5 and worst 5 star powers in the game. I'm going to be going through what buffs and nerfs I think need to happen. So yeah, let's jump into the top 5 worst star powers in the game. Okay guys, the 5th worst star power is going to be Hype. Hype heals 300 health per second when a enemy is inside the super. I feel like Hype definitely is the worst star power for Ems, but also I don't really see much value when using a star power. The only really time that I've saw value in this is when you've got multiple tanks in your super, and maybe the tanks in your face, and obviously the super slows them down, so running backwards you can gain some health back. But I mean, it's not really too much use for this star power in comparison to the other one. A good buff for this star power, maybe they could increase Ems's range with her super. Personally, I wouldn't go for this, but maybe that's an avenue they can take. Maybe they can increase the amount of health you regain per second. Personally, I just really don't see much use in this star power, especially in competitive play. But yeah, let's move into the 4th worst star power. Okay guys, so the 4th worst star power in the game is going to be Mama's Hug. Mama's Hug gives you back 40 health, you and your teammates, once one of your cogs hits an enemy. I feel like this star power is pretty useless in comparison to other star power, but also due to the fact it's only 40 health. A lot of the times 40 health isn't really going to be a lot of use. Even if you're getting a lot of damage off, even if she hits a full attack with all of her cogs, it's only going to be around 400 health, so I don't really see too much use out of it. The only modes I see it being used in is boss fight and the robo mode in showdown. Other than that, I really don't see much use for this star power. A way they should buff this star power, I probably just think they should just get more health per cog she hits an enemy with, or just maybe redesigning the star power. Yeah, Mama's Hug pretty useless. The 40 health per hit isn't really going to be coming to much value. So yeah, let's move on to the 3rd worst star power. Okay guys, so the 3rd worst star power in the game, I'm going to be going with Curveball. Curveball used to be one of the best star powers in the game not so long ago, about 3 or 4 months ago. It was super annoying. Every single shot you shot with Spike would just hit the enemy regardless of where they were. Even if they were behind walls, Curveball could just hit them around walls. But now Curveball's been nerfed pretty hard, deservedly as well. I don't really want to see Curveball being good again. But yeah, Curveball's not really the best. Also, in comparison to his Fertilize star power, which is incredibly good right now, one of the best star powers in the game right now. This just serves no use in using Curveball. It's quite easy to dodge. Without the healing of Spike's super, Spike can become really squishy. So yeah, his star power just makes Spike the brawler who he is, and the Curveball one just really isn't that great. A way to buff this, I don't really feel like they should buff this at all really. It's just such a broken mechanic. So I would personally just go for a redesign of the 2nd star power. I don't know what star power that could be, so yeah, put that down in the comment section below if you have any ideas. But yeah, let's move into the 2nd worst star power. Okay guys, so the 2nd worst star power in the game is going to be Black Portal. Black Portal is Tara's star power that makes it so when Tara uses her super, a little mini Tara spawns. But this one, in comparison to the other one, is really weak. This one attacks the enemy instead of healing Tara and other teammates. The pet has 3000 health and 800 attack damage. I just feel like this is pretty useless, just due to the fact that it literally takes most enemies 1 or 2 ammos just to take this pet out. It may be able to get 1 swipe in, but it's pretty much useless. It can be taken out by multiple enemies really quick. It really serves no purpose other than scouting out the enemies, which anyway, they just take it out really quick. In comparison to our other star power, which is the Healing Shade, that's pretty much the best star power in the game. Okay guys, so the worst star power in the game, in my opinion, is going to be Creepy Harvest. Creepy Harvest makes it so you restore 1800 health every time you kill an enemy. I just feel like this is pretty useless due to the fact that Mortis has his bats, which already heals him up enough. And most of the time with Mortis, you're going to be getting a lot of healing from his bats. Due to his slow reload, you're not really going to get back into the action too quick with Mortis. So that gives him time to heal, whether it be around walls or whatnot. His second star power also makes it so he has a super long dash. That's literally what makes Mortis good. And without this, he's pretty much the worst brawler in the game. A way to buff his star power, I don't really know. Just due to the fact that his second star power is already so good and so much better than this one. They probably just need to go for a redesign. I'm not too sure with this one again, but I just don't think any amount of buff will really make it worthwhile using instead of his second one. So yeah, let's jump into the top 5 best star powers now. Okay guys, so the 5th best star power in the game, in my opinion, is going to be Honeycoat. Honeycoat was incredibly broken before the recent nerf of Honeycoat. Honeycoat essentially makes it so B gets a second life. So when B is certain to die in normal circumstances, B gains a shield for 0.6 seconds and then gets 1 HP. This basically essentially gives her a second life. 0.6 second shield nerf was pretty needed for B. I feel like the star power is definitely in an okay place right now. She can still get taken out much easier now by other brawlers. I also feel like the really frustrating thing about the 1 second B shield was that you could just walk it in with her in so many cases in Brawl. But yeah, it's much harder to do that now. So yeah, I don't think you really need to nerf that anymore. You might need to take it down by 0.1 seconds. But yeah, there's not really too much need to nerf this star power anymore. But yeah, let's jump into the 4th best star power. Okay guys, so the 4th best star power in the game is going to be Handle with Care. Handle with Care makes it so even if Mr. P doesn't hit an obstacle or an enemy, his suitcase still bounces. This is absolutely insane. So basically he has such a long range distance. He can even outrange the likes of Piper and Brock with his star power. It's incredibly frustrating to face an enemy P who runs his star power, just due to the fact that he can just hit you at literally so many different ranges and so many different angles with his star power. It's definitely such an incredibly broken star power. I feel like if this was to be nerfed, Mr. P wouldn't be as good as he is in the meta right now. A good way to nerf this is definitely maybe just an actual range decrease for Mr. P. So in turn this nerfs the star power, but another nerf to the star power could just be making his second star power good. His second star power is actually pretty underrated, but it's clearly overshadowed by Handle with Care. His second star power makes his turret so it's 7,000, just under 7,000 HP. So it's good in game modes like Siege, even like Gem Grab, where you can just use it as a meat shield. So it's a decent star power, but yeah, it's just clearly overshadowed by his first star power. So yeah, let's jump into the 3rd best star power. Okay guys, so the 3rd best star power in my opinion is going to be Healing Shade. Healing Shade is a much better star power in comparison to her other star power. It comes in pretty clutch in terms of competitive gameplay. A lot of the time the little minion can just sit in the back and heal all your teammates. It does 400 healing per second. A lot of the time it can be a really nuisance to the enemy team if they don't take it out quick enough. When Tara has her pet behind her, you can play so much more aggressively. In turn, this can then make you get your second super back again, and yeah, it can turn into a really good cycle of supers if you can keep that pet alive. It obviously brings great value to the team because not only does it heal you, it heals your teammates, so that can bring 3 times the value. So obviously if you die and your teammate's pretty low, the pet can just go to the to your teammate, so it just provides so much value, making it pretty much the best star power in the game. A way to nerf this, in my opinion, is maybe making the pet's health a little bit lower, or just making it so Tara and her teammates get healed less, so maybe like 350 health or 300. But yeah, let's move into the second best star power. Okay guys, moving into the second best star power in the game. I really struggled not to put this number 1. A lot of you guys may be a bit confused as to why this is the best star power in the game, but this star power makes Sandy literally the best brawler in the game, if not one of the best brawlers in the game. Even though it's only a 120 tick per second, it just pushes the enemy back for so long. When you pair this obviously with Sandy's super radius, it covers such a large area of the map. You cannot stand inside the super because the enemies are invisible. But not only that, you're going to be losing health. You can't regenerate your health, so you have really no other option than to just move outside the super, because you just simply don't know where the enemy is, and even if you do, you're constantly losing health, so the enemy is always going to be in a better position. I definitely feel like this needs to be nerfed. I would like it to be nerfed to the fact that it only does about 20 damage a tick, so it makes it so you can still see enemies when they're inside Sandy's super. But yeah, Sandy's mechanics are just so broken. I would love to see a nerf for this one. If you nerf this star power, I feel like Sandy's not going to be as good as a brawler as he is currently. I'd love to see a big nerf to that first star power. The second star power could be made a little bit better as well, but yeah, that first star power definitely needs to be nerfed. So yeah, let's move into the best star power in the game in my opinion. Okay guys, so the best star power in my opinion is going to be Protective Pirouette. You can just get so much value with his super. It basically makes it so the damage you take is reduced by 40%. When this star power was first introduced, a lot of pro players, and myself included, thought the star power would be pretty useless just because of how good Power Throw was. But yeah, it's such an insane star power. It basically makes it so you can take out 1, 2, 3 enemies with ease. His super is really good in terms of damage and DPS. His shield obviously makes it so he can stay alive for much longer. You can just push enemies back so easily with a star power, just due to the fact you know you're not going to be able to take him out because of how much health he has during his super. He can kill you so easily in that super, so you just don't want to get near him. In terms of presence, when you know an enemy car's got this star power, you just know he's going to be able to kill you with ease unless you're literally a hard counter to him, so the tankier brawlers. But even the tanky brawlers struggle against the star power. I would definitely nerf his star power. The way I would do it is probably reducing the amount of damage reduction it does, probably to around 35 or 30%. You don't really want to make it a useless star power because I still really like the star power. It makes Cole such a fun brawler to use. But yeah, it definitely needs a nerf because he can just take out multiple brawlers at a time with a star power. So yeah, that's going to be the best star power in the game. If you're going to get a star power, I'll definitely recommend getting this one, Cole. Okay guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video and know which star powers are going to be worthwhile when they come in this shop, when you want to max each brawler. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section below what videos you want me to do next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.